I want to start this video by telling you a personal story. So 8 months ago, I didn't build any habits. Well, I'm not saying that I don't have habits. Of course, when I wake up, I brush my teeth, I do my skincare, and then I cook food, and then I go to school, and then I do my assignments like this. But what I'm talking about here is the habits to success. I had no intentions of changing my life these past few months. When I bought this book called The Atomic Habits, it really intrigued me. I was really curious because people on TikTok has been raving about it. So I said, why don't I read this book? I would recommend you to read this book if you want to know more about habit building. Yeah, the link is in my bio for this book. No, I don't really like reading books, but I really like reading this. It's very straightforward, it's really easy to understand, and then it's backed up with science. When I read the book, I just started to read it 3 pages per day because I don't really like reading books. But after I finished the book, it has changed me. It has changed me. This is the whole reason why I'm starting this content creation journey and my self-improvement journey. Believe me or not, I cannot do a single push-up. Because of that book, I started doing 1 push-up per day, like 8 months ago, and now I can do 30 in a row. So what is the secret to habit building? So habit building is a series of small actions that compounds over time for it to become a habit. Why is this important? Our lives are full of habits. Every action that we do consists of our habits, our daily habits. What is the secret to having long-lasting habits? 2 minutes per day. 2 minutes per day to the point where you feel like you don't have any progress doing it over and over and over again. And I swear that if you start this 2 minutes per day, you will have your moments of breakthrough. My personal story, I cannot do a single push-up back then, but now I can do 30 in a row. So I started to journal every day. I started to do half a page a day of journaling until I can do 1 page per day. And I've been consistent to it. I've been writing my journal every day, 1 page per day. I don't like reading books. I really don't like reading books. But because I've read The Atomic Habits by James Clear, it has changed me. I started reading books 1 page per day. I want you to pick any habits that you want to apply in your life. And I want you to do it 2 minutes per day. I know that all of you like to complain, but I don't have any time. I have a 9-to-5 jobs. I have lots of projects, assignments. But you still have time to scroll on TikTok for an hour, to watch YouTube videos for an hour or more than an hour. All I'm asking you to do is to do 2 minutes per day of habit building. Any habit that you like, working out, reading a book, anything. I've seen some self-improvement videos out there. They were saying, start right now, start right now. Yes, it's important to start right now, but you should be also thinking, if I were to start right now, how will I make this long lasting? And that is the topic that many people are overlooking. All of us, okay, I'm also guilty of this. All of us start right away, but we don't know how because we had the wrong system for change. We have these massive goals in life, like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. How do we get there? We take big actions, which is not good because if you take big actions, this can lead you to burnout. And once you lead to burnout, you will just give up. You will just stop what you're doing and just go back to your comfort zone. So what I'm introducing to you right now is really simple. Simple as 2 minutes per day or 1 minute per day for you to climb your way to success. Coming from personal experience, I've had some habits in the past that I've built, and now I'm starting to notice that I'm slipping away from those habits. Why? Because I've started right off the bat. I've started right away to the point where I took massive actions. Yes, consistency helps. I've been consistent. But consistency can lead you to burnout also. It's important for you to ask the question, why am I doing this? What is it for? I would like to explain to you a graph. Because this graph, I saw it on the Atomic Habits by James Clear book. There is a graph called the plateau of latent potential. So what does this graph mean? So this graph represents what happens when we build our habits. There's a straight line and then suddenly it spikes up. So what's happening? If we start a new habit, this line will be straight until a certain time where it'll have a breakthrough. We'll have this breakthrough moment which you'll start to to see the results of your small habits that you've compounded over time. What is the straight line here that goes diagonally? This is what all of us expects when we build our habits. So as you've noticed, the graph that goes straight and then suddenly it spiked up. A lot of things are happening in there. It's not really a constant graph. There's no such thing as straight line in habit building. Sometimes you do well, sometimes you don't, and that's completely fine. What is this valley of disappointment here? The valley of disappointment here is where most people give up because they don't see any results. And if you're starting to build these small habits, you feel like nothing's happening. Because nothing's happening, people are just giving up. Right before your breakthrough, that is where people give up. I want you to remember this, to just not give up. Because you'll never know, you are really close to your breakthrough. Take as content creation, for example, 200 views, 200 views, 200 views, 200 views. And then you just gave up. Without knowing, if you had continued, you would have had that spiked up, that viral video. You will never know our breakthrough if we just give up. The thing here is, doing these actions little by little has a compounding effect. You may not see the progress, but over time you will see your breakthrough.